Hi friends, and welcome back to my nest. My name is Kate, and today I'm going to kind of go through my process of making a Valentine's Day quilt so I can actually enjoy it and have it done by Valentine's Day so we can enjoy it during the season, because my older son's birthday is actually on Valentine's Day. Today I'm going to use a panel. You get panels, you don't know what to do with them, and they can be a little intimidated. So I got this Valentine's Day panel from Sweetwater a few years back. So it looks like this, right? Now, the reason why I'm showing you the picture is because I cut it up and they were in various sizes. This came out a few years back and I got it in one of the Sweetwater boxes. And I also have this panel right here. Let me show you. This is a panel by Sandy Gervais. She designed for Riley Blake. It was from one of my Cupid boxes from Fatwater Shop a few years back. I think it was like 2020. I honestly do not know what to do with this. This print right here, this typewriter print, it's a little bit big. And then this right here are like a name label, so I can use that in back of a quilt. But I think when I had to choose between these two panels, I feel like the Sweetwater panel was more workable. So this is going to be a quick sew to be ready and use for Valentine's Day. So if you're in your sewing room and you want to do something fast, it doesn't even have to be a Valentine's Day fabric. It can be Christmas panel. It could be St. Patrick's Day panel. I see a lot of St. Patrick's Day panel out there, and I see a lot of Christmas, and I see a lot of Valentine's Day. So it could be one of those, or it can be any other ones that comes out. And then you can kind of like either cut them out because they're not always symmetrical. You have to like size it, cut it out. Just like these are not symmetrical. So I had to like make it work somehow. So you can cut it out to whatever size you want. Honestly, I'm kind of winging it right now, so that way I can have something ready and nice at the same time. So right now I'm gonna sew this and I'm gonna put it together and show you guys what it looks like. Now, this is gonna be a no buy, quick sew Valentine's Day quilt, okay? These are 9.5 inches right here, okay? I'm just going to, I have a 5-inch square, just 5 inch, and then I have a 2.5 background that I'm going to sew and put a heart, a block, a heart, a block. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to alternate it between the panel here. So what I'm going to do is go through, sew it. So let's sew. I have my pieces here, and then I have my 5 inches, like a charm pack style. So you can just break open a charm pack and cut up pieces of 2.5 inches and just go for it. So I'm just going to chain piece it. So I chain piece this side right here. So now I'm just going to come around and sew this side right here. So now that I have chain piece all of it, I'm just going to cut the corners, flip it open like this, and I'm just going to iron it, and then we're going to make an X shape. Okay, so I'm just going to cut the corners here. I feel like Valentine's Day is one of those event that comes right after Christmas and New Year's, and it just sneaks right up on you. And the reason why I'm so adamant about doing something for Valentine's Day is because my older son will be turning 10 on Valentine's Day. We actually decorate around here. I try to have the house nice and decorated. But so what I'm going to do here is just kind of press these to the side. Typically I'll press open, but with this project, I'm not. I think I will go ahead and press it open. This fabric right here is not starched because it was part of a jelly bar that I cut into 5 inches. So when I'm ironing this, I'm just gonna make sure that I iron like very delicately because I don't want my fabric to stretch. So I'm just gonna iron only where my seams are, like that. And I'm not going to move my iron because I don't really like working with fabric that are not starched. But for this one, I am keeping in mind that they're not starched. See how flimsy they are? Just really, really flimsy. It's a lot easier to work with when it's starched. And you may not be a starcher quilter out there watching this, but for me, it makes it different when I have my fabric starch. They're easier to work with and it doesn't stretch as much. Both sets are pressed and ironed. So what I'm going to do now is do the easier part. I'm just going to put this one facing this way, and then this one going this way, and then this one coming this way. Okay, and just like you do with every X's and O's, I'm just going to sew down this way and then sew down this way. And that's the entire block right there. So we are going to be done with this block. So I'm just going to sew, making sure that my seam match. This is what my block is looking like so far. I'm just going to sew this two right here and the block is done. Okay, making sure that my points do match. I'm not going to pin, I'm just going to hold it open. It's going to be okay. Now I've completed this block right here. It's all done. It's not perfect, but it's done. I did use a little bit of Mary Ellen to just kind of make it a little bit less flimsy, to hold it together a little bit. So this is this one right here. And so I have made these right here. These other ones are also completed. And I've cut the panel to 9.5 inches just so it will be the same size with these. Okay, now these leftover right here didn't quite make the cut because, as you know, when you get panels, they don't all like print out symmetrical. So these were really tough to get 9.5 from. They were not symmetrical. I'm not sure what to do with these. I think if you can comment down below and let me know what to do with these right here, because I don't know what to do with them. These are like 7 inches and 8 inches right on the back right here. That's a little bit bigger. So that's going to go right here. But for now, this is what we're working with. And really quick, these, the fabric on this, they're like a linen kind of feel. So it's not like it's still cotton, but it doesn't feel like these right here. So, and they're a little creamy. So it will look a little vintagey when it's all done, but it will give it a more of like a homemade type quilt when it's all finished. So anyways, let's go to the wall and put these together and see what it looks like. Okay. These are all the block assembled on the wall right now. So what I did was I put panel, block, panel, block, panel, block. So I have 5 going across and 6 going all the way down. This is kind of like a quick and easy way of using your panels when you don't know what to do with it. Because I didn't know, I got the panel. I've had it for like a good 2 years and I didn't know what to do with it. And I really like it. I found a way to incorporate it and make it look nice by cutting it and just kind of making it symmetrical to the size that it lets me. I honestly want to say no panels come symmetrical because they're printed and they're not printed straight sometimes or most of the time. So they come out a little bit kind of wonky. So I try to get this as straight as I can. Like as long as the tip of the heart are not being cut off, I'm okay with it. Not all of it looks the same. They kind of look more like vintage. So what I'm going to do now is sew these. They're going this way, sew them, and it will end up being, I think, 48 by 52. Now I am going to put borders. I'm going to show you what borders I want to use. So these are my borders that I want to use. I don't know, comment down below and let me know if it matches. I'm just kind of putting this on so to give you an idea. It's not going to be this size. I might cut it down to 2 inches. So I'm just kind of seeing right now what it'll look like. Like I said, this is going to be a quick Valentine's Day sew with not a lot of complication going on. This is kind of what it's looking like right now. This is just, like I said, I don't have a pattern for this. This is just something that I came up with on my own. By the time I'm done with this quilt, it'll be at least 60 by 70. So it'll be a nice size for even myself, or, well, it's going to be a nice size for my kids. But when they get older, they will still grow into it and still be able to use it. Even though it has pink in it, it's Valentine's Day, they wouldn't care. So this is the entire quilt all done using the panel from here. So this is the Flirt collection by Sweetwater for Moda. I just went on ahead and, like I showed you earlier, I just cut it to 9.5, and then I cut these print right here are charm pack size, which is 5 inches. And then the background are 2.5 mini charm packs. So you can also do this at home. If you don't have a panel like me, you can have one quick sew and just get out a charm pack. You can do X's and O. I have example of that for you as well. You can do here, for example, you can use 2 charm pack and you can do the exact same thing. Instead of having it as an X, you just put it together like this, and then instead they're there. So you can do it just like that, and you will have an O, an X, an O, an X, like that. But I wanted mine to be as fast as possible so I can have it done by Valentine's Day and we can enjoy it for the entire month. So that's why I went on ahead and used the panel from Flirt from Sweetwater. There's no pattern for this. I just kind of like came up with something that I wanted to do and just made it work. So I'm going to talk about the border. I didn't want the red to butt up against this right here because it will look too heavy. So I still use this dot right here. This I've had in my stash for a while. It is, I think it's Sugar House by Amy Smart for Riley Blake. So I have this, I cut this at 2.5, and then I cut this at 1 7/8 because I wanted it to be like thin enough to be there but not too much. And then this outer border right here, I cut it at 4 inches exactly. All in all, this inner part right here were 48 by 52. When me adding the border, so width wise it was 59, and then lengthwise was 69. That is sizable enough for a person to cover up on. And yes, we are going to use it. Quilts like this at our house we do use. As far as washing, let me talk about that. Since it's red, I did not pre-wash, okay? I have boxes of color catchers. I just throw it in and it's fine. With the color catcher, it does a good job with the red fabric. And then these right here, it is like a canvas kind of fabric that it was printed on, and also like linen. Actually, no, it's like linen like fabric. It wrinkles rather easy. So when I finish sewing everything together, I did starch it so that way it will have some weight to it. That is all I have for you today, guys. This is my first finish for 2024, and this is my Valentine's Day no pattern using panel. I wanted to encourage and inspire you that if you have panel in your stash, don't be afraid, you need to use it because it gives you idea on what to do and it takes your thinking process to, like, you know, out of the box, I think. So that was why I did this here, just to show you that, you know, if you want to, like, for example, if you want to make a gift and you don't know what to do, this I think came out really, really pretty, and you can give this away, but we're not giving this away. We're keeping this at home. But anyway, so this is, like I said, you can totally do it like this. If you don't have a panel, you can do the X's and O. I have a leftover of this. I'm going to probably use this to make like a table topper type thing. That's what I'm thinking about doing with that. So I don't know yet. But anyways, that is all I have for you today. I hope this has helped encourage and inspire you to think outside the block, to use your stash, use those panels if you have them. I'm not sure if you can still find this panel. You may be able to find this on Etsy, but I didn't check before the video, so I'm sorry. But if you check on Etsy, you may still be able to find it. And again, this is Flirt by Sweetwater from Moda. So that's what it looks like right there. Okay. Well, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope this have encouraged and inspired you to get out your panel, even if it's not Valentine's Day, to use your panel. Think outside the box. This is just a no pattern, just me playing in my sewing room and trying to be creative and sharing it with you guys. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to thumbs up, like, and subscribe down below. You know what I always said? I hope to see you in my next video. You have a great day. Bye-bye.